Here's the typical example that you may see on your homework. Find the slope of the line which passes through the 2 points, -2 and 3, and 3 and -1. Let me go ahead and remind ourselves what the formula for slope is. It's the difference in the y values, y1 minus y2, divided by the difference in the x values, x1 minus x2. Okay, so we'll just remind ourselves of that formula. Now let's draw a picture of this line that goes through these 2 points. So here is a rectangular coordinate system. I want to plot these 2 points. -2, 3 would be the point right here in quadrant 2. The point 3, -1 means I go to the right 3 on the x and down 1. So there are my 2 points. And notice if I connect those 2 points, I get a line. So there's the line that passes through those 2 points. Now what we want to do is come up with the slope of that line. Now by looking at this picture, we can predict that the slope is going to be positive or negative. Let's just look at the line. If we look at the line from left to right, notice that it goes down. So that means the slope is going to have to be negative. So we better make sure that we get a negative answer when we compute the slope. Well, here's our formula. We just simply take the difference in the y values divided by the difference in the x values. So let's go ahead up to our points here and arbitrarily label them. Well, since this is our first point, I'll just label that x1 and y1. My second point, I'll label it x2 and y2. My formula for slope says that I take the difference in the y values. So I'll take the y coordinate minus this y coordinate. That is 3 minus a -1 on the top. And I need x1 minus x2 on the bottom. So -2 minus 3. Now we're going to have to be real careful with our signs. Notice my formula is the y coordinate minus the other y coordinate. So you got to make sure all the negative signs are in place, because when we simplify this, 3 minus a -1 becomes 3 plus 1 over -2 minus 3. So the signs changed, and then now we simplify 4 over -5. So my slope is 4 over -5, or I could certainly put the negative up here. Since this is a negative number, it doesn't really matter where this negative goes. I could put it out in front, or I could put it on the floor, as long as I just have one negative sign. Now let's investigate what the heck slope really means. Well, the slope is 4 over -5, or -4/5, however you want to think about it. That means if I start at this point here, I'll have to go up 4 units, over to the left 5 units to get to another point. So if I start at this point, my slope is +4, which means I rise 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm right at that point. So to get from one point to the next, we rise 4 and we run to the left, because it's negative, 5. Or I could think of it this way. My slope could be -4 over 5, which means I would go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'd be on my line. I could go down another 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I would still be on my line. Okay? So to just summarize, what the slope really is the steepness of your line. And we just have to remember that it's the difference in the y values divided by the difference in the x values. Do a couple of these examples and you'll have it down, no problem.